The building is 120,000 square feet. The display area is the majority of that. There's Corvette museums, there are Ford museums, there are all kinds of specialized whatever. But I still think this is the only one that I know of that is at this point in time at least, that is still laid out with the idea of showing you where it started and how it progressed and where it is today. There are like 110 cars in the display area and another 40 or 50 in that room back over there awaiting restoration. And the appraisal for the car is like $6 million. Building itself, about $3.5 million. So the whole thing together, if you add that up, well over $10, $11 million.
Mr. Spain had a collection of automobiles, and I had an association going with him in the television business. I had an affinity for cars anyway, so I enjoyed working on them, and I would help him out with his car collection. So it started out 1 day a week, and then it was 2 days a week, and then we quit the television business and started doing cars all the time. I can't recall having ever visited a museum that had the variety this one has. So you're going to find a lot of cars in here that you've never probably heard of, much less seen one.
The Elvis car? My mother taught Elvis in the 4th grade. He used to buy cars and give to people all over the place. You know, that particular car he bought and gave to a police captain in the Denver Vice Squad. I don't know how it got loose from him, but it did, and I bought it in an auction. You know. And I figured you got to have something from Elvis in Tupelo, you know.
The rarest car in the collection is a little car that's not very expensive car. Its value is not very great. It's called a 1915 Trumbull. That car was owned by Harrah, and it spent many years in the airport in Reno. If you ever flew into Reno, you probably, when you got off the plane, saw the little car. It's according to Harrah's information, and he had the best research materials on antique cars. It's the only one known to exist.
Down the south wall over there, which is somewhat over 400 feet, there are 7 different restoration booths. Basically, each of those booths is long enough to put 2 cars in at a time. 2 of them have windows that the people in the display area can go by and look in.
This automobile was acquired in California. It's a 48 Jaguar Mark IV. The car was completely disassembled. The body taken off the frame. The motor totally disassembled, and it took us approximately 2 years to get the car where it was back in good running order. Basically made a new car of it.
If you push the little button on the top of the box in front of each of these cars, there's a little spiel that's been recorded to tell you about them. It will tell you about Mr. Tucker. He was way ahead of his time. You look at the car, it's got the cut-in doors at the top of the roof so you can get in it easier. The one thing that everyone recognizes about the Tucker is it has got 3 headlights, the center one of which was tied to the steering mechanism so that as you turned the wheels to go around a corner, that headlight turned with you. And he made exactly 51 cars. This one, I think, is 28, and it's probably in as good a shape as any Tucker in the United States. When the city borrowed their $25 million or whatever it was to refurbish this end of town down here, they assigned $3.5 million to do this building. That's fine and dandy, but the museum has to pay for that. So it's a nonprofit educational foundation, and as soon as that $3.5 million gets paid off to the tune of about $300,000 a year, any income beyond that will go to educational scholarships.
The overwhelming response when they open that door for the first time and stick their head inside is, "My goodness." I hear that all the time, and that's pleasant to hear that. Makes us think we did it right.